Hey, what's up, guys? Right now, heading down to the Castle Theater to see Ford today.
Pretty sweet.
They're awesome. Hey guys, it's Vinny with Real Metal Reviews, hanging out right here in the Castle Theater in Bloomington, Illinois. And right now we're going to be interviewing Mattie of Ford today. Mattie, how are you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, fantastic. Thanks for asking. So, I mean, like, for the viewers out there, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little about the band, when you guys formed, what your own band is?
I'm the vocalist in the band. I've been in the band for a little over 5 years now. We've been touring ever since I joined. We've been touring full time ever since I joined. We have 4 albums out right now, and we're a Christian metalcore band. Started in Iowa, but now we kind of all live all over the place. I guess that's a quick overview for those of you that have never heard of the band.
Now, how long have you been playing your respective instrument? I know you do vocals.
Yeah, I've been doing vocals for probably close to 10 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't any good until like last year.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, I've been in this band for a little over 5 years now. Maybe close to 5.5 years.
Were you in other bands?
Yeah, I was in a couple of bands. Nothing really noteworthy or anything like that. Just kind of local bands.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you doing maybe like lessons, like band happy, or doing stuff?
No, I've never done that. It's funny. There have been a number of people that have asked me for vocal lessons, but I don't really have any tips. You know, I guess the only tip that I have is if it hurts, you're doing it wrong. So I think that everybody's vocal style is going to be unique to them.
Sure.
So I couldn't necessarily teach somebody how to do vocals because I'd be teaching them how to do it the way that I do it, and it may not work for them. You know.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody learns on their own kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, how's the tour been going so far?
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
It's been a blast. Yeah, we've been friends with all these bands for years, so it's cool to just get together with a bunch of old friends.
Oh, really?
Go around the country.
You guys toured with any of these bands before, or?
Yes, I think we've actually toured with every one of these bands.
Oh, so this is like a nice kind of family reunion.
Yeah,
kind of deal.
exactly.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Before you hit the stage and you're ready to do your show, do you have any sort of like pre-show rituals that you do?
Well, the band gets together. We do a Bible study and
really?
a prayer time every day. We've done that ever since I joined the band 5 years ago. We've done that before every single show we've ever played. So we've done that thousands of times. And there have been and I guess that everybody kind of has their own personal thing that we do right before we go on set. You know, some guys will be stretching. Our drummer David warms up for a while.
Sure.
You know, guys tune the guitars or talking to their wives on the phone or whatever. But corporately, we will get together at some point during the day every day.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's really cool. Any moments on this tour that have just been like over the top, crazy things that have happened?
Yeah, man. We went to Seattle maybe about a week ago now, and it was incredible. We played a venue there called Studio 7, and we played that venue probably about 5 years ago, right after I joined the band. And in that venue, I stood on the stage and I started preaching about Jesus, and had people spit at me, cuss me out for it, threaten me. Everybody in the place just hated the fact that I don't even bring up Jesus. And now, fast forward 5 years, I told that story, to a packed room full of kids in Seattle, and everybody immediately started chanting the name Jesus. Everybody in the room said, Jesus, Jesus. And it was just such a wild thing to see the spiritual transformation that's come to the scene in that city. That it was a city in which you get cussed out and threatened for mentioning the name of Jesus. 5 years later, there are kids chanting the name. The entire crowd is chanting the name of Jesus. It was such a humbling thing to be a part of.
Do you think you could credit that to your music?
No. I mean, if anything, like if we played any role in that, it was all God. But if he allowed us to play any role in it, it was that he used us as a sort of point, a rallying point for people. I think there were a lot of people in that city that were scared. Maybe there were people of faith, but they were scared to be open about it. They were scared to be bold about it because of the backlash that they might face. But then you come becomes this band that doesn't care about the backlash, you know, this band that doesn't care about what people say about them, what people think about them for it, and they're not ashamed to preach about Jesus. And suddenly these kids that were afraid, that were hiding, have now come out and aren't ashamed to follow Jesus.
It almost like your song, Fearless.
Exactly.
Nice, nice. That's really cool. What's the greatest moment the band's had on tour? I mean, would you say that that would be it?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely up there.
It's got to be the greatest experience. Just like seeing that firsthand.
Yeah.
The transformation.
Yeah.
Now, going to your music, I know you guys just released Immortal earlier this year. It was in the Billboard Top 200. It was on number 15 for a while. It was number 13 on the independent chart, and you guys sold like over 14,000 copies, which is like double your 2010 release. It was number 1 on the hard music, number 1 for the Christian and contemporary charts, number 1 for Christian and gospel, and number 7 for rock. I mean, what thoughts and emotions were you feeling like when you found out about those stats?
I don't know. It's humbling, you know, to think that songs we wrote, you know, it's not like we hired somebody to do it for us and we're excited that it went well. It was like, you know, I remember sitting in the studio with my notebook out, listening to these songs over and over again, trying to come up with lyrics, praying and saying, God, just give me something worth singing. Sure. And yeah, I remember sitting on an airplane flying out to the studio to record that. And I remember sitting in my chair in my living room, you know, while my wife and son are running around the house just working on lyrics. And it's so wild to think that you know that the stuff that God put in our hearts would be made available on such a wide platform, and so many people would be interested in it. You know, it's humbling, it's an honor, it's just a real incredible gift.
Now, what do you think was the biggest element in achieving that success? You know, I think you just answered that with like God.
Yeah,
giving you like
really. I mean, it's you know, I think musically we've really sort of been able to put our finger on the pulse of what works for us, what makes for today. You know,
right.
What our fans want to hear, what they expect when they hear a For Today song, and so we're not kind of experimenting as much as we used to.
Okay.
You know, we kind of know what it is that works for us best.
Got like that sound.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you know, and also I think that there are a number of lyrics on this album that are really specific words that God said, I want you to sing this because it's timely for what I'm wanting to do in the world, what I want to do through your band. So, you know, people may not be able to necessarily pick those out, but I think that as they hear those, they sort of resonate with their spirits, and people are able to respond to it in a way that's a lot deeper than just, oh, this is a cool song.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Now, how does Immortal differ from like your previous releases?
Well, kind of like I said, this is a sort of much more focused effort as far as what works for us musically, and it is what God was saying at that time. This is what God was saying into the earth. You know, at the time that came out, I believe that God was calling people to a place of fearlessness. Okay. You know, and so we open up with the song "Fearless." It says, "We will not be afraid." And I believe that really is what God is wanting to draw people into in that time. You know, and had I released that song 5 years earlier, it wouldn't have had the same impact because that wasn't necessarily where people were at or where God had people in that time. But you know, now as it was a timely word, I think people are able to respond to it pretty profoundly.
Okay. Now, is For Today currently writing any new material?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of always writing. You know,
Okay.
it's not anything formal, but yeah, we never really stop.
Just like little things here
We're
and
always like,
there.
oh, hey, here's an idea. What do you think about this? You know.
Okay, that's cool. Any big plans for 2013? No.
I don't know. I mean, we have a couple things in the works, a couple sweet tours in the works.
That's awesome.
That I'm not technically allowed to announce yet, but
definitely something.
Yeah,
will happen.
people will see us. Will definitely see us coming around.
Awesome. Now you've been with Razor and Tie for I think a little over a year now. So how are they treating you guys? You guys liking Razor and Tie?
Yeah, we love it.
Good. Nothing but good things.
Yeah, absolutely.
How are they compared with Face Down?
We love FaceTime. They're like family, you know. But FaceTime is run by like 4 people.
Okay.
And they do an incredible job. It's amazing that they are able to do even what they do. I think there's like 70 people on staff at the Razor and Tie.
Okay.
So there's just the reach that they have.
Sure.
Financially, the connections that they have with major corporations like Best Buy,
Absolutely.
Walmart, and Target. Those things are able to sort of get the message of the band a lot further than FaceTime. So, we love FaceTime. They still come out and see us whenever we play in the area.
That's great.
They're family and always will be. But Razor and Tie is definitely a good thing for the band.
Awesome. Now, what are your thoughts about like music downloads regarding like illegal downloads?
It's inevitable. If I'm going to get mad about something in the world, it's not going to be that. That's just the world we live in, and bands are having to adjust the way they do things. We make money when people come out to see us live. That's really where we're getting most of the money from. It's not like before we put out an album and do one tour a year and just be set. That's why bands have to tour a lot more now. But the more people that download our album and like it, the more people that are going to come to a show and maybe buy a shirt. Yeah, it's true. We make less money because people download our music, but we're hoping that at least they're getting it somehow, and we hope they like it and come see it live.
Awesome. Any bands you've been jamming on the road, on the tour, you're listening to when you're going city to city?
I mean, really, we've been driving city to city overnight, so I'm just tuned out. It's funny, our crew has gotten really into country music this last week.
Really?
So I'm sure tonight during our set change, we'll probably hear some Garth Brooks or Tim McGraw or something like that. So that is kind of a weird random thing. But that's not me. That's
of
that's
course
my
not.
kind of thing.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the viewers watching right now?
Jesus he's alive and he's there. He made a promise. He said, "If you seek me, you will find me." And so, if you've never found him, then I would challenge you to start seeking, and I'll bet you will.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Mattie.
My pleasure.
Vinny with Real Metal Reviews, hanging out with Ford today at the Castle Theater in Bloomington, Illinois. Catch him on the Unshakeable Tour on a city near you.
Revolution!